Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 7. Wow, I just noticed we have another beehive up there. Never saw that before. Anyways, our crops are making great progress over here. We've got a bunch of 9s and we've got a bunch of 10s. All sorts of good stuff going on. So excited to continue on with AgriCraft. And I've done a little bit more planning here. As you can see, I'm going to extend this land a little bit because the river really widens up here. So I'm going to give ourselves a little bit more room, and I'm going to build a AgriCraft greenhouse out here. Probably something with a couple of wings. Be a little section over here, maybe a little section over here as well. And I've also been busy with our castle. I made a nice little walkway here. This here is going to branch off to our AgriCraft. This goes to our forge, and this goes to our castle. And man, this castle is taking a lot of resources. I'll tell you, these purple fantasy blocks, not too bad. It's basically just smooth stone and some gold. So it's kind of chewing away at our gold right now. And it's really chewing away at our cobblestone actually, because we don't really have an efficient way to mine. All I have here is the hammer and just go along and collect up resources. And this marble. The marble floor is what is really not easy to get. Because if you're mining down where you want to get diamonds and all the good resources, there's no marble down there. And if you're up top, then you're basically just collecting marble and wasting your time. So that is a little bit frustrating because let me show you here, guys. This is just a piece of the castle that we're going to build. This thing is going to extend probably right on out to here, probably come straight up to here and be a square about like that. I'm thinking of maybe even making it sort of an L-shaped castle and going this way. I'm really not totally sure how I'm going to do it. Maybe put a watchtower up over here. Moral of the story is, we need a lot of marble. This is probably like 8 or 9 stacks have gone into right here. I mean, it's going to take 100 stacks or more to do all this. And this castle is not going to just be one level. It's going to be a few levels. So that's like 100 stacks per floor if we continue on with the marble floors. So yeah, it's using a lot. You can see the little pathway I'm working on here and just sort of some future plans. I know we talked about the nuclear reactor going down here, so we'll wind this path probably somewhere along here. Over here will be our greenhouses, so that's what this path here is splitting off. A bunch of ideas, all sorts of pre-planning going on, but there's plenty to come. The problem right now, though, is this marble. I really want to get this floor in. I was hoping to be able to get enough of this done to move our machines at least in here. I think what I'm going to do is maybe this little round area here, the little corner pieces, I think I'm going to put some machines in here, at least the ones we've got built now. It's pretty easy access. I don't really totally know if that's what I'll end up doing, but we need to make mining easier for ourselves. We're using a ton of resources up, and as we go further, we're just going to need resources quicker and quicker. So I was looking around, and I think we are going to make a turtle. Because the quarry, the BuildCraft quarry, and the Ender quarry, those things are ridiculous. We are nowhere near enough to be able to make those. But this turtle is actually not too bad. It's a lot slower. There's programming involved. But we can handle all of that, and it's not too much. We need a bunch of diamond tools, no problem there. Iron chipset, we're already good making those. This here, some gold, some redstone, and a carpenter, no problem making that at all. These reinforced wheels, kind of annoying, but it's not a big deal. Just some iron and then this reinforced metal, which is just more iron and a couple of diamonds and obsidian. So that's not too bad either. The real difficult thing is this overclocker upgrade, which we're going to need a bunch of them for our machines anyways, but that's this insulated cable we've made before, this electronic circuit, we've made that, no problem there. The problem comes in these 10K coolant cells. Now it's only a little bit of a problem because, well, we were going to need these for our nuclear reactor that's coming up pretty quick here anyways. So we may as well get on to crafting them and getting us a turtle and being able to just gather up resources. So the coolant cell is going to take a bottling machine. We can do it in a fluid transposer, but the bottling machine, again, going to need that for our nuclear reactor. And then we need something to make this coolant, which is just a fluid canning machine, some lapis, and some water. You can use distilled water or you can use regular water. It just takes extra lapis. Well, the distilled water, kind of a pain in the neck, extremely slow. I don't have time for that right now. So we're just going to get on making this canning machine, and that should not be too bad. So let's look at this. I know there are two. This is the solid fluid one is going to be able to do everything we need. So really not too bad. Some tin casing, basic machine. I mean, this is going to take nothing but a second. So let's see what we need here. Need some 8 iron plates and some tin plates. So let me get everything all ready to go so we can put this guy together nice and quick, and then find a place to start digging up with our turtle. Okay, so I think we've got everything we need here for our canning machine. We just got a bunch of these, put those together. Let's see, we've had trouble clicking this in the whole time, and I do not know why. But we'll just build it in there quickly and put down that, and that should be it for our canning machine. I guess he's just gonna go right there, and we'll just hook one of these guys on here. I guess, I mean, we can just sort of hook it up like that. This is getting closer and closer to not being necessary, so I'm not too picky about it. Alright, so the next thing that we need is a macerator to be able to, not a mass fabricator, macerator. One of these guys, right? There we go. To be able to grind up the lapis that goes in there. So that's another one of these guys, and some crushed obsidian, basic machine. So I've already made those for the basic machine. Let's get a couple more copper rolling through there. 2 of those guys. And yeah, the lag today has been not the best. So that's a little annoying, but no big deal. We need 6 of these guys here to wrap onto there. We need 1 more iron rolled out, and then we need 3 obsidian crushed up. I think we have some obsidian somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's in our igneous extruder. I've been making a little bit, so we'll need 3 of these guys. And what else was it? 2 cobblestone. That's easy enough. So I've been making these caches to hold our stuff. They seem to be a whole lot better. They hold a lot more than the barrels. They're really cheap to make, and when you break them, all the stuff doesn't go flying out everywhere. I don't like that you don't... I kind of like seeing up here how much you've got in there. This, you've got to sort of look at your whaler to be able to see what's in there. But that's fine. You got the status bar, and you know this holds 1,000, so there's like, you know, it holds 10,000. You're about halfway there. There's about 5,000 in there. You can tell looking pretty quick. It's good enough, so I think we're going to transition to using those. They're just a little bit easier to do. So we'll roll that out. Let's get these guys covered. And of course, we're not going to be able to shift click it into there because we need some redstone. And let's see if we can remember how many of these have we made. Shouldn't be too hard. So that's that there. And 1 more of those. Gives us our basic machine. I hate when you go in there and it moves it all around. So that, and that should be everything. Yes, it is. So grab 1 more wire connector. And where are we going to put this guy? We're getting so loaded up over here. Wow. You know, it really doesn't matter. It'll just go there. Fine. that, connect that over there. Sure, yep, no problem. Now I guess we need to grab some lapis. And what does it take, like 8 each or something? I don't know. Let's just do a half stack. I don't really know how this works. Do you get more than one lapis dust out of a lapis? That I don't know. So I guess we'll find out here. Oh, this machine is slow. Alright, well, so this is all to make the coolant. So let's take another look at the coolant. We do need these fluid cells. The lapis dust. We'll see how many we get. The fluid cells are just tin casing around glass panes. So let me get a few of these fluid cells going. What do we need? 3 of them? Yeah, 3 fluid cells. So that's not too bad. Let me get those going and wait for this lapis to get all ground up. Alright, so I've got one of them. That's not too bad. I wanted to show you the process here because it's a little bit weird. But first you've got to drain from cell into the tank. So you do that with a bucket of water and it's going to drain into the tank here. It's kind of like a multi-step process. Making these empty cells was easy. It was 1 tin plate through the metal former on extruding. Alright, so the bucket of water goes in there and then you have to switch the tanks and then you've got to go to enrich. Fluid enrich, so then you got to put this in here. And I might have put that in too soon. So you got to put that in there and then you've got to go to fill the cell. I guess you can do that all in one process. I did it in 2 separate processes last time. So that's good to know. So I'll just grab my water from back there. We got to wait on a few more of these to go. And then we've got this here. So you got to wrap these things to make the 10K coolant cell. You've got to just wrap the coolant cell in some tin plate. And that makes the 10K. We need 3 of them. So we've got almost 2 going there. And just a few more left, so need 8 of these. So let me get these together and we are well on our way. Alright, so we got the last one filling up right here any second. And then also what we've got to do is get our carpenter here to make the... Oh, I guess we could have left those up there. Oops. We got to make 2 of these golden intricate circuit boards, so we're going to need 1 more bucket of water for that. Everything is really coming together quite nicely here though. And now get these 10K coolant cells, which is just these guys in the middle surrounded by the tin plates, just like we already did. So there's all 3 of those. And we got these crafting. We've already got this. Those are simple, so that's going to be nothing. The last thing that's left for us to really do is this reinforced metal, which is obsidian and diamonds, I do believe. And I think we need... How many of these do we need? Oh, it's so hard getting to that thing. So we need 1 reinforced metal ingot, which you get from smelting a stabilized metal. You get 5 stabilized metal, 3 hardeners there, 4 hardeners here. So 7 hardeners in total. And you get those, you get 2 at a time. So we need to make 4 of these. So that's 4 diamonds and some obsidian. What we say? 4 diamonds, 16 obsidian. We've got the obsidian here already. Wow, we might be able to bang this out pretty quick. So there's a bunch of iron in there. Where are our diamonds? Am I blind right now? I'm going to pretend that that didn't just happen. So 4 diamonds there. And space those out properly. So then this stuff just has to cook up. So we'll throw it in there. And once this is done, we will see where we go from here. Okay, and that does it for our hardener. So now, I really should have just pulled this up directly. So iron bars, we can remember that. So our iron bars, and those are going sort of around like that. This guy in here, and that's our mesh. And then what? that. Easy enough. So that's 5 of them. We only needed 1. So let's just cook up 1 for now. And get a bunch of these guys. Our 2 redstone. Our iron plate. We need to make another one of these things that hates us and will never ever click in for some reason. So that is that. I don't even know what that is for now. This here, we should be able to click those in, but we can't. I think that maybe these items that don't stack can't be clicked in. But there's 2 of our overclocker upgrades, and this is just about done. Now I just need to build these diamond tools. So I'm sure you don't need to watch me do that. However, let's get everything else in there. Can we? I don't think we can click in, but we can get those there. We can put that right there. And, well, I don't have the iron chipset on me, but I'll grab everything else. Alright, here is our reinforced metal. Can surround that with our iron. We've got all of our diamond tools and our iron chipset made. So we are all ready to go with a turtle. So let's see if we can remember this. I don't know what order those go in, so let's just click them in. And there is our turtle. Now, I don't think you can put it together. Yeah. What you need to do is place this guy down, and then you need to tell it to pick it up. So you can go into the Lua for it, and what is it? Turtle equip. We want to equip right, just because it looks cooler that way. I don't think it really matters. That should do it for us. And there we go. So now we've got our turtle fully ready to go. Let's label him. It's going to do all of our digging, so we don't need to anymore. We can exit Lua. Oops. Can close function. And I don't know what we should label him. Let's do some thinking on that. Anyways, what we do need to do is make up some barrels and some caches and find a place to mine. So let me look. So here is how we're gonna do it. We are going to use a Java barrel with a void upgrade for, there we go, for our cobblestone, because we're just going to get way too much cobblestone. So that is what this is going to be for, and then we're going to make a bunch of caches to hold a lot of the other stuff, because these are so cheap. 1 log and 4 tin to hold 10,000 items, that just seems ridiculous to me. So that's what we're going to use. How many of these are we going to make? I guess 10 of them, because we got 10 logs on us, right? So there we go, 10 caches, and then we're going to spit it into a chest. I think we're just going to mine out sort of below our base. We're going to go down a few levels because we're going to end up doing some stuff. Hey, you know what? I haven't put the queens back in here. We have our bee houses. These are just because. So we're going to go down a few levels here. Where are we? It says on the right hand side there. This is about level 50. We've pretty well dug up there. So how about we just take a hammer and smash through here? This seems like as good a spot as any, right? Let's see. So I just want to get the area a little set up, and then we'll get going. So let me get this set up so it makes a little bit more sense, and we can let this guy just run. Okay, so we settled on level 51. We're just about ready to go. We're straight under our house. Here's our stairs. We didn't go far. Gonna set up our turtle right here. We've got an inventory full of stuff. So first, what he's gonna do, I wanted him forward 1 more. Hold, please. So there we go. So we're gonna put him here, and we're gonna fill him up with all of this charcoal. We have to label him in just a minute, but you've got to you gotta label him before you give him fuel. That way when you break him, he keeps all the fuel in him. So let's get all this set up. So he's gonna dump stuff off. He's gonna excavate. Just the default excavate program will work fine for us. And then we can run this down here. I don't really know how far we're gonna need to go with it. We've got our 10 caches here. So we'll just start these guys off. I should have brought some of the stuff that we're going to need. And just our chest at the end for all the other things. So let's see. The cache. Nope. We didn't want. We want a barrel for the first one with all of our upgrades. So that is our barrel. Our cobblestone is in there. We want to put our upgrades in there. So first that there, then that, and then our void upgrade. So now that should be okay. So here's our turtle. First, what we want to do is label set our digger Pedro. So then we can refuel him. Which there we want to refuel all. And he will use up all of that fuel. Okay, so fuel limit reached. We probably should have made an advanced turtle so that he has more fuel level. Well, that's fine. We'll keep a stack in there, and then we're gonna have him excavate a 25 by 25 radius. This is just a default built-in program for the turtle. It works awesome, so we don't have to program at all. He's just gonna go straight down 25 blocks that way, and it's 25 straight ahead and then 25 to the right, and he's going to dig straight down to bedrock. He's going to get all his stuff and empty it in here. So we've got the cobble going into there. We want a cache for all of the other things that there are in abundance. So we got that. We get the andesite. We want the diorite. We want dirt. All those things. So let me gather all those up. I'm sure we've got them all and fill up our caches, and then it'll just be a waiting game. But let me just make sure the caches are filled up so that the right things get in there. We don't want like a piece of coal to get in there. I think I just crashed somehow. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, well, that crash was something on my end. The server is fine. You see the turtle's still running, but alas, we are here. I got this guy all set up, and I've got the caches all set up with all of the different blocks that we're going to be collecting a lot of. For obsidian redstone, you get a lot down the bottom, because what I did is I put this pool of water here, and this water is going to spread out over the whole area that he is digging, and then when he gets down to the lava level, instead of deleting the lava when he runs over it, the water is going to turn out to obsidian, and then he's going to pick it up, and you get stacks and stacks and stacks of obsidian. So that's a great way to do it with our little turtle buddy. I have the grid lines on for the chunks because I was just checking to make sure that we are going to be chunk loaded for everything, and that crash proved it. He ran quite a bit without any issues. So then he dumps everything into this chest. It auto sorts into here. All of the things that don't have a cache to go into end up in here, so we get all of our ores and all of the other little bits. But I'm going to let this guy run overnight. He's doing a 25 by 25 area, which I think should take somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 hours. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be, but we're going to just let him run, and in the morning we'll see what he got. It's pretty late at night here anyways, so he should be able to finish by the time I get up to the next clip, and we will see how many things we've gathered. Alright guys, so next morning now. Turtle has finished up. He's just chilling up there, and I removed the water. It takes quite a while for it to go away, but straight down to bedrock with a little Enderman down there. Let's not look at him because he'll probably come up here and kill us. So cool. Let's see what we got. I know it's you know, our barrel overflowed with cobblestone, of course, and I'm sure plenty of it got voided, and then we got a good bit of everything else. Only 300 marble. I would have liked to see more of that, because, well, we need a ton for our castle. So it is what it is. But the coal, I think what happened is he ran out of charcoal, and so he started using the coal as he picked it up. And so we didn't really get much of that. That's not a big deal, though. We don't really need the coal when we're making charcoal. Good bit of obsidian from the little water trick. That worked nice for us, almost 200. Ton of redstone, and a good bit of other stuff. I mean, 12 diamonds, not bad. We got 1 draconium dust, so that's always useful. And just a bunch of other free resources. You see stuff like aluminum, we only got 12. That's probably why we didn't get much marble too, because I've already dug through this area and grabbed up the aluminum because we needed it, and probably took the marble too. So I guess that sort of accounts for a lot of it. But you know, free resources, can't really go wrong with that. So I think what we're going to do here is set him off again. So let me just make sure that he doesn't fall down there, because I'm not really sure how we would get down there to pick him up. So we will grab him. Thankfully he didn't fall. Let's say goodbye to those blocks. And I guess what we can do to just make it easier is, let's see if we can get the right angle here. Yep, so we'll put him right on there. And now the chest out the back goes into our same system here. And yes, he's facing the right way. So now he'll just continue on, and we can do the same bit here. So I'm going to refuel all. And cool, fuel limit reached. And then excavate 25. So now what he'll do, he'll go 25 that way, and then he'll go 25 to the right, and that's going to just leave us a hole right next to this one without needing to move any of our stuff. So alright, that's cool. I already see some aluminum he's going to pick up. But what this does bring to mind now is that we need some sort of storage solution. I don't want to have to move these every time he's going to dig a new hole. So I think the best bet is going to be for us to set up a storage situation somewhere and use ender chests, because just carry 1 ender chest around with him and drop it off wherever he's going, and it'll pump it all right back to wherever we set up our storage, which is probably going to be the basement of the castle. So I think that's probably the next thing we're going to be working on. Not too expensive. I mean, this is really cheap. This ender tank frame is kind of a little expensive, but now that we've got the ender pearls going pretty good, it's really not that bad, you know. Some ender pearls here. This not too bad. I mean, a little bit of enderium, and what is this? An emerald. It's expensive, but it's not a big deal, and that's going to give us 8 of them, because you see we only need 1 for the chest. This recipe gives us 8. So I think that's something that we're going to have to set up once we get a storage situation set up. I'm going to look in. There's a few different choices. I know Ender.io has sort of a nice little system that kind of works like Applied Energistics. Not as good, of course, but you know, you get a monitor, you see all your stuff. Or we might use storage drawers. That's pretty good. Maybe you'll look into logistics pipes. There's a bunch of options. So I'm going to take a look around, see what's going to work best for us. And that's going to be our next episode. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Keep checking out the videos as they come every couple of days. Hope you're enjoying it. And see you next time.